when I make it, when I make it. Don't be calling on me.
I find it amazing that a lot of things that we need, we take the time out to go get. And sometimes we do it unconsciously. For instance, if I need gas, the gas station is not coming to me. I gotta go out my house. I gotta go get it. If I need a job, there's two ways I'm gonna find a job. I'm either gonna go and trade my time for money, or I'm gonna sit around and think about how I can be a valuable asset to the marketplace to solve that issue of financial instability. If I need clothes and I have money, I'm going to the mall. If I feel like I need to be around people who have the same faith as me, and I just want to have an experience with someone who I believe walks or knows more, a little bit more in the knowledge space about my faith in God and the God that I believe in, I go to church. Well, nowadays you can actually just go online for church, but the fact is that everything that you either want or need, you gotta go to. So Felicia, what are you saying? I get all that. What are you trying to say to me? What I'm saying is, the very fact that a lot of us can sit back and just complain about things, complain about situations, complain about what we don't have and what we need, and we're so miserable and we're so young to be this miserable. You figure that you'll be miserable like that in your 50s and 60s when you're just basically about done with life. But everything you ask for, I ask for, I can get. But the question I have for you is, are you willing to pay for it? Are you willing to sucker down, figure it out, figure out the hard lessons that need to be taught, and also the process that go with it? Because unconsciously, while we're sitting back complaining, or while we're sitting back being bitter, being angry, just being self-defeated, while we're sitting back, every day we go outside, we go to the fridge, we go to the bathroom. Every day we do something that we either need or want. So what makes success and the ability to get successful and the ability to actually have purpose in life, what makes it so a mind disconnect, like a mind detached? When we do this unconsciously every day. Like I said, I gotta go get gas. Gotta leave my house. Gotta pay the pump or pay the guy inside. And I pump my own gas or have somebody do it for me. I'm about health. I'm about, eating right and feeling good. So where do I go if I don't have the equipment in my house? I go to the gym. So that job that you hate so much, that 9 to 5 that you really can't stand, you feel like crying every day, and don't get me wrong, I'm with you. And feeling that way, I was exactly like you at one point, where I just felt sad coming in off of vacation and knowing that the people that I'm around is like it's like 0.5% of those people I actually like. Everything else is toxic. Everything else is negative. Everything else is just completely against what I stand for, my morals, everything, my self-worth. But I have to go back in, and I felt that. So don't think I'm here attacking. But I want you to get it. Everything that you want, you gotta pay for. Everything. What makes your life, putting your life in your own hands, having it in your own hands, in the palm of your own hands, having your own time to be around your family and your friends, and getting you together, getting your mind right. What makes that such a disconnect where we sit there and as soon as we get home, we self-entertain ourselves? Because the number one thing is we deserve it. You know, we've been working hard, and, you know, we hate our jobs that we're working hard for, but we don't go out there and get off work and pay for what it is that we really want. The question I actually want to bring to your attention is, how much do you really want? Or you figure when it gets hard, you know, you stop. I have an aunt, still alive today. Everything positive we talk about, she said, I can do it. I can do it. And she just likes to engage herself in conversation. And don't get me wrong, I give her props for even talking about it. Some people get defeated. They don't even want to talk about what it is that they really need to get underway, underwrapped in their own life. But when it comes down to actually doing it, she does it until she feels resistance. We were talking about diets and nutrition, and she told me that she can do intermittent fasting, which is an eating window between whatever your choice is. Let's say from 8 hours you eat from. So if you start from 10 a.m., you end at 6. Or if you start at 12 p.m., you end at 8, depending on your schedule and your life and your habits. You restrict yourself on certain things. I mean, it's a little bit more free than the average diet where you just don't really do any sugars, any carbs. This allows you to have a little bit of carbs, a little bit of sugars, just you have to basically know your caloric deficit. So she was doing it for a while until she started getting a headache, because that was the process of what it is she said she wanted. So because of that little bit of resistance, that little bit of, okay, this is what you say you have to do, this is what the process, this is what it takes, this is what has to come out of you, because what you've been eating, which was basically been coming in your system, now has to leave, and your body is starting to shift into the healthy state. So you're going to feel sluggish, you're going to feel like you have a headache, you're going to have a headache, you're going to feel just drained. But she immediately stopped. And I told her, I said, listen, this is the reason why a lot of things are not working in your life, because you say you want it. You actually almost, in a sense, and I kind of got a little bit of teed at her, I said, you kind of, in a sense, waste my time, because you waste a conversation that I was having with somebody who really, really wants it and who's doing the work. I applaud you for starting, but this is the consistency and this is the issue that you're having in your life, because when things get hard, and they are going to get hard, because guess what? Don't get me wrong. How about this? How about if you actually decide to do this job that you hate? You don't understand that you're going to be there for 10, 20, 30 years, you know what I mean, with bad habits, bad things coming around, and bad energy, bad people around you. You're going to be doing that for 20, 30 years, which is it's a long time, because you can't get that time back, nor are we getting any younger. But if you was to sacrifice the stuff that you really want, your own time, financial freedom, all those things that you say you want, you're tired of looking at people making it, and you know they're not no smarter than you. You know that you can work and get up earlier than they can. You know you have a gift, whether it's singing, some type of talent, some type of skill that you can be servicing to the world. But because you say it and not go through it to actually get there. Because everything, whether you like it or not, has a cost. The job is miserable. So 10, 20, 30 years you're going to be there. That's a long time to be miserable. And then sometimes it plays, a lot of times, it plays on our health, it plays on our mind. So even if we leave that job, we're not even stable like we used to when we first stepped into that job. But if you can just take the pain, take the uncomfortability, take the hard, and pay for it right now, you'll be so happy you did. If you could pay for it between 3 to 5 years, 3 to 5 years compared to 20, 30 years is not that bad. Because all that you go through is development for what it is that you say you want. So now when you say I want it and you go through that process, life is like, here, you deserve it. And things can happen, and because you pay for it right, like in just in the beginning stages, because you sacrifice in the beginning, things that come at you and you have such a defense, especially financially. That surgery that came out of nowhere, that say your mom just happened to have, in like another 2-3 years from now, that cost maybe $100,000. You're like, okay, no problem. Because the sacrifice and the pain and the aggravation I'm going through while working my job, while doing what it is I don't like, because at the end of my free time, I'm doing what I want to do. And I'm turning that into my full time. And I'm turning myself into a valuable asset to the marketplace. Because guess what? I don't know about you, but people like that are quality based. But the masses are quantity. And I know you know what I'm talking about when it comes to quality versus quantity. That's a whole nother video, but pay for it now. Everything that you say you want financial freedom. Guess what? You might be hit with a financial just spin, and you're like, okay, I know I said I want my financial freedom, but what is this going around me? And everything you think is supposed to happen is going to go the opposite way, but it's just going that way as a test. Are you willing to pay for it now, early? So when you hear people say, motivational speakers say, fail often, fail early, fail consistency, because you're going to figure it out. And life is going to be like, I've been hitting you with financial woes. I've been hitting you with sickness. I've been hitting your family. I've been hitting you with people at your job that's trying to aggravate you, but you still got the beast in you. You still keep going. You deserve everything that you paid for. Here. Then you can sit back, and not sit back in relaxation, but sit back and breathe and say, this is my legacy. This is what I leave behind for my children, my children's children, so they don't have to grow up the way I do. They didn't have to feel almost crying to go into work and take stuff that they don't really have to take, but because of the sacrifice I made, I can afford this, I can help somebody go to school, I can feed children in Africa. Whatever your cause is, you must be willing to pay for it. Now, if that spoke to you, if that actually was like, you know what, D, you know what, Felicia, I'm just going to go ahead and do what it is that I really want to do. I'm tired of actually feeling like I'm a failure, and life basically just simply dealt me a bad hand. I'm going to take the test and pass it because I want that. Or if you know somebody who's struggling and is trying to do the same thing that I just shared with you, click that like, click that notification bell, share this video. Be in the know and on the know. I do this video. I do all these videos for one reason. For one reason only. That's because you're worth it. See you in the next video.